Hi guys, I'm James McIntosh and today I'm joined with our latest signing, Benny Reid. Benny has signed from Sholing. Benny, first of all, how does it feel to now be a Gossport player?
Yes, mate. Thanks for the welcome. Yes, feels good. Looking forward to the start of the season.
When did you first hear about the opportunity of coming down to join for the borough?
I spoke to Danny Hollands a couple of weeks ago. I think he said he was obviously interested in me coming over for this season. So yeah, had a chat with him, and yeah, it was something that I was keen to get on board with. And yeah, it's looking forward to obviously the start of the season.
Well, Benny, I was having a look at your career, and I think it's safe to say you've got a lot of experience at this level. So you've played for Havant and Waterlooville. I think that would have been when they were in the National League South. You played with AFC Totting, obviously Sholing last season. Is it safe to say you're a very experienced defender now at this level?
Yeah, I think so. I think I've played a lot of games at sort of at this level, and obviously when I was before that as well with Havant. So yeah, I'd definitely say I'm quite an experienced player at this level.
Obviously, like I said there, you're very experienced. Did it sort of attract you, Gosport, with our defenders already? We were talking a bit about it before we got into the call, but with the likes of our defence, so we got Finley Walsh-Smith, Joe Morrison, very well recognised defenders. Was that one of the big attractors in for you joining?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's obviously a number of sort of established players at this level, and play at higher levels as well. Obviously, Rory, that some of the names that you've mentioned there as well. So yeah, it's defensively looking quite strong for next season. So that was definitely a big part of me wanting to join as well.
I'll put some clips for the viewers who are watching this at home of some of your clips at some of your past clubs. But watching some of these clips, you look like you're a defender that does enjoy running at other teams' defences. You look like a defender that's pretty capable when going out and attacking the other team. Would you say this is a big part of your game?
Yeah, I'd say so, mate. To contribute to the attack as well. So
But particularly in the last spells when Danny Hollins did take control of the team, we saw our wing backs often get up the pitch who did like to whip in a ball. Obviously, it matches up with your capabilities. Did you do quite a lot of research on the team beforehand about this sort of philosophy, and did you recognise straight away that this would really match up with how you would want to play?
yeah, definitely. It was, I've played against Gosport over the last few years quite a lot, and I understand sort of what they expect from their fullbacks, defensively, but also going forward as well. So it wasn't something that was a surprise in sort of how they want to play, and I think it suits some of my attributes as well.
You mentioned earlier about how you had a chat with Danny Hollins. How big of a role did he play in you joining the club? And overall, the whole transitional stage the club is currently going through, even recently recruiting Glenn Howes, who was recently at Dorchester.
Yeah, definitely. It was that was probably one of the main things to to big part of me joining. I spoke to some lads that I know at Gosport already, and lads that I know have been there in the past, and obviously that was a big attraction for me to join to play under Danny Hollins and obviously Glenn as well. Both sort of really good careers at this level, and Danny playing at higher levels as well. So it's something that I'm quite excited to be a part of.
Well, I'm glad you brought it up there because that actually sort of sums up my next question. But I was going to ask, we've had two quite notorious Sholing players who have joined Gosport in the recent past. So we've had Jake Cope, who has gone on to have great success with Gosport. Charlie Gunson, who's obviously signed that 18-month contract last season, will be here next season. Do you take a lot of inspiration from where they've had such success? Do you sort of hope to get a bit of a glimmer of that sort of success here at Gosport as well?
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously I played with Guns a little bit last season. Played against him loads of times, so I spoke to him just before I joined, asked what the club was like and things like that. And there's a few other lads that I've played with in the past at the club. So some good lads here, and that was definitely something why it was an easy decision to make to join.
Well, you would have come down to the AEI Stadium a number of times in your playing career. I would imagine being an opposition player coming to the AEI Stadium, the Gosport fans, they're probably quite a raucous crowd to come to. But when you're playing for them, I'm guessing it's a huge boost. How excited are you for playing in front of them, arguably one of the best crowds in the league?
Yeah, definitely. I've played against Gosport a few times in the past, last season and season before at this level, and yeah, they've always got real good sort of support and fan base, and I haven't had too much actually success playing against them in the past, and I think they get good support and get behind the team, and as players, that's sort of what you thrive off and what you want. So yeah, that's again another reason why I thought it was a good move for me.
So, Benny, what do you want to actually get out of this move, both for yourself and for the team?
Yeah, that's it. I think for the team, I think knowing the lads that are already here and some of the ones that are coming on board as well, it's definitely to be kind of challenging towards the topper end of the table. It's a tough league and it will be a challenge. So it's something which is I think we're more than capable to get that sort of playoff push and obviously towards the top of the league. And then for me as well, just to enjoy football and play week in, week out, play as many games as I can, and yeah, that's probably my two main aims really for this season.
Well, Benny, it's fantastic to have you on board. I'm looking forward to watching you next season. Some of your aerial balls, they look absolutely lovely. I'm sure it's going to be a pleasure to commentate on. But just to introduce yourself as a proper Gossport player, can we get three final words from yourself, which is up the borough?
Up the
And
borough.
final words from me, up the borough.